Welcome to The Collective, powered by MMP. The ideas presented here are intended to assist in developing a strong and profitable business for Amway IBOs affiliated with Markerman Productions. For the calendar year 2023, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IBOs at the Founders Platinum level and below $1 before expenses. See www.amway.com/income-disclosure for details and the most up-to-date information. Earnings depend on many factors, including customer base, business experience, effort, dedication, and quality and performance of the downline sales team. Enjoy the following message.
Hi everyone, we are Praveen and Vasavi. We live in the Dallas, Texas, and we have two beautiful kids. And of course, we didn't start like this on day one. We came to this country to do our master's in computer science many years ago. Along the lines, realized that there is a limitation on how far we could go with our careers at that point of time, and even today with the current economy. Wanted to do more, and through one after the other conversations, one of my cousin introduced me to this Amway business program. And I don't come from any business background. My dad runs his own small business, mom is a teacher, never been in a business or never been around entrepreneurs. And this was the first time I was exposed to this. Now, the nature of the business, obviously many of you who are getting registered in the business, the complimentary getting started program and the complimentary support in terms of the education system, I didn't come from that background. I come from this background of I had to buy everything in terms of the school and things of that nature. So there was a slightly shift, and more importantly, I was making my own choices, making my own decisions prior to coming. Right? My parents doesn't have the education that I had, so every choice that I made was up to me on how I was making. And how about you, Asmi?
So, same thing. I came here to US to pursue my master's, climb up the corporate career, but we pretty much understood that our goals and dreams we cannot accomplish with just by our income, so we have to look into different programs, and that's when we got introduced to the Amway opportunity.
The nature of the way how this program worked, there was somebody who is introduced us and who has went ahead of us, who has been in the business for months, if not years in my case, who took time from their personal life and invested into us. Now, obviously, it was his choice to whether invest into us or not, but thanks to them, they chose to invest into us. I did not needed their permission on what to do or what not to do, but I needed their perspective, because since they already went ahead of us in the journey, remember, I still have a day job and I was operating this Amway business program outside my work hours. And hence I needed somebody who has done well, who either had a good marriage, who has raised great kids, who has a great career and also built a successful Amway business. And that was not an easy combination for us. So I needed their perspective on how I can do better and how I can go forward. And all they were doing was chipping away those sharp edges, telling us, hey, there is a bump coming in. There is a turn coming around, just be careful. I needed their perspective so that we could make the choices. Now, the world outside, which is my so-called good friends, family, and everybody, in my case, not many of them happened to make a decision to be a part of this business program. Why? Well, I have a very colorful background. I was not very positive about this industry to begin with. I used to write blogs on why people should not be operating a business model like this. So I come from this background of this does not work. To once I saw this business model and once I met the people who are willing to take some time and guide us and coach us, it shifted everything for us. Now remember, I was the one who told them it doesn't work. Now I went back and I told them that it works. They said, take a side. I took the side of, I'm going to stick to this journey, I'm going to make it work. Guess what happened? Not many supported, including my own family, my own parents. Now, thanks to the times, again, longer you stay, longer you work hard, chances are very high you'll have the success. The same parents who said it does not work are a platinum organization of ours, international market. So you take a stand on who will be influencing you. You take a stand on who is going to be that primary person who is going to help you make those choices. Now, you're not obligated to say, I have to follow them. In my case, I decided that I chose to take the suggestions that they have because they have the fruit on the tree. Remember, you are a fruit checker. And when you want to check the fruits, make sure that you're checking the right fruits. And once you find those right combinations, sky's the limit. We had our own trials and tribulations. We had our own struggles that we go through. I said, and this is it. I don't think I can persist longer because remember, nothing happens overnight. But somehow we wanted this business to be overnight. And I remember the statement, what the caterpillar calls its end of the life, the master calls it a butterfly. just life is beginning. You cannot see what you're going through, but somebody else can see in a much better way. What are your thoughts?
I mean, one of the thing I got attracted to this program is it's not by me. I mean, in this business, I'm not by myself. I'm not like Praveen and Vasvi has to build everything. Of course, we have to put our work, but there is people who are willing to help us, hold us, and take us like just teaching teaching to a baby how to walk. So if that is available, if I'm not using, it's no brainer for me. I mean, we worked so hard to get an offer, and if I'm not activating the coaching or mentorship, then it's like you have access to mentorship, but you are not using. It's the same thing. People having access to the mentorship and people who don't have the access to the mentorship, they are not using, pretty much it's the same. So, and as Praveen was saying, it's not like when we are checking with our coaches, it's not that they are rubbing off their opinion. We are just seeking a different perspective where we are in the life, what we want in the life. They are just giving the perspective. To accept it or not, it's our choice. But in our case, it actually made a lot of difference in our finances and all aspects of our life when we took our coach's perspective and started implementing them.
Once we started activating the whole arena around this, the Amway business program and then the Spartans education system powered by the MMP, a lot has shifted in us. But at the same time, you are a human being. You have emotions, you have things going on and off. It was not easy decision for us to say, all right, switch, we're going to do overnight, because we have friends, family, relatives, colleagues on a daily basis. And that is where your goal is to say, who are these people? How are they going to make a difference for me? And I remember having those conversations, and I'll give you a few thoughts and maybe some lines for you to just think about. And this one statement that really made a difference. Don't call a clown for acting like a clown. Ask yourself, why are you going back to the circus again and again? Clown is supposed to do what he's supposed to do. Now, when this related back to the business where I'm coming from, their intentions are right. When they say, why are you working hard? My mom, even today, I'm for goodness sake, I'm in my late 30s. My mom still calls me and asks me, did you eat your lunch? Did you eat your breakfast? She has good intentions. When we said we are working harder outside our 8 to 5 career, she genuinely meant, why do you want to do more? She did not have any bad intentions, but she did not knew the path I'm choosing. She did not knew where I'm headed out in my life. And I had to make a very conscious choice of how do I draw a line of these are so good people. They have good intentions, but they do not understand it. So I realized that I have to be very careful on whom I share my goals with and whom I don't share my goals with. I also became careful on who influenced me on a daily basis. Again, remember, you become the person whom you hang out with. Now, that doesn't mean that you let go of your existing connections. We just chose, I wanted a better life for my kids. Tell me what can help me accomplishing those things. And once we did that, today we enjoy the benefits of what we have worked on. Now, we are not a finished product. Somebody already said you're called perfect when you're 6 feet underground. So we don't want to be perfect. We want to be a constant work in progress. And we suggest you to do the same thing. Whoever has brought you into this business, whoever has given you access to be a part of this Amway business opportunity or the Spartans education system, sit with them, ask them questions, don't question them. There's a big difference between asking questions versus questioning them. Once we made that switch of asking the right questions, you have no idea the power of better questions. The more questions you ask, the better information we got. The better information we got, the viewpoint became very different. Right now, we're at a very, I would say about 10,000 feet high technically. Our viewpoint is very different compared to if you're sitting on a 500 feet high. And that is what has happened when we ask the right questions. So we wish you the best.
This is a copyrighted program of The Collective, powered by Markerman Productions, affiliated with Markernet Incorporated. Duplication of this program is strictly prohibited. While the techniques and approaches suggested have worked for others, no one can guarantee that these techniques and approaches will work for you. In addition, we want to emphasize that success in this business does not come without hard work, for existing IBOs only, not for use with prospects.